I am a firm believer of if it's difficult, then maybe you're headed towards the right direction. To come from where I come from and see myself really doing it, I'm a living testimony. And there are so many others like myself who have gone far, way far, further than where I am. And those are inspirations in themselves. Hey guys, it's Patience with Homes with Patience, your favorite realtor servicing Eastern North Carolina and everywhere along the coast. But my services don't stop there. If you are in other states, still reach out. I can help you either buy, sell, or invest in a home. What inspired me to get into real estate is in 2019, we got orders to come to Jacksonville. So I was just applying for jobs. I applied for a position as an ISA, which is an inside sales agent for this really big broker at the time. She sent us to Atlanta for a real estate convention. I had no idea what to expect. I wasn't even prepared. I just went with the flow, and when I got there, I was mind blown. I was very impressed and really intrigued of the process and getting to know other realtors and what they did and seeing that people were passionately doing something that they loved for a living. It is there that I decided I wanted to do real estate. When we got back, I went to real estate school, got licensed, and I just thought of a name that would stick, something very simple, very straightforward, and still representative of me. In order to sell or purchase a home, there needs to be some level of patience, and hence the name Homes with Patience. One profound memory of my real estate journey, I would say, was a time I was helping a family get a rental. And they tried for so long to get a hold of someone, and no one was actually calling them back. So when I got in touch with them, I was surprised to hear that I was their fifth or their sixth realtor that they reached out to. I obviously talked to them about the process and the benefits of home ownership. And it's funny because they never thought about owning a home. They never had ideas of it. They never even fathomed the thought. Like, it wasn't in their future. So coming across someone who had no desires or even idea of doing it, and seeing them go from that to, getting intrigued of the process and getting them under contract and getting a home that they love was so fulfilling. And I remember closing day, they were so grateful. And they came to my office, he and his wife and their children, 3 children at the time, and he sat on our office chair and he cried. And that to me was one of the most fulfilling things ever. And that was one of the reasons why I decided real estate is what I'm going to do. Because there are thousands of realtors in Jacksonville, but there's only one of me. And I draw a crowd that may not be your ideal audience. And likewise, the audience that gravitates to me may not be another realtor's preferred clients. I am myself. I am very authentic with what I do. The passion shows in what I do. And I'm always trying to find a way to upscale my business, whether it's improving the processes or pretty much improving whatever it is that I'm doing so that I can be better than I was the year before. I am a big advocate of, if God blesses you, you bless others. And over the past, going on 6 years now, I can say God has laid his hands on my business tremendously, way more than I would have ever thought it could be. A quarter in a year, I choose a nonprofit organization and donate a percentage or an amount to that nonprofit organization, whether it's domestically, internationally, or locally. Your business or your commitment to me does not only benefit me, it benefits a lot of other people. It is the most rewarding thing that has ever happened to me. Whether you're on the buying end, the selling end, it's not going to be easy. One common misconception about realtors that we need to debunk today is the fact that we are glorified door openers. People think that a real estate transaction is as simple as just opening the door and getting a commission check. And I am here to tell you that is the furthest thing from the truth. There's so much intricate details that are in this process that if we were to put on the forefront to our clients exactly everything that we did, you would take on the stress of it all. And that's exactly why you hire realtors, is to pretty much eliminate most of that stress that you would have to handle. There's so many moving parts to the transactions. We have to communicate with a lot of people in the background that you are not aware of as the client. So we're keeping it together in the background, even when it seems like it's a very smooth process. So it's going to be difficult, okay, but it's going to be very well worth it. Whether it's home ownership or, just getting into the field, on both ends, there are people to benefit from it. And I have a really big personality, and sometimes it's so hard to contain it because, you're expected to perform professionally or conduct yourself in a professional manner, which I am always professional, but trying to contain a lot of the excitement sometimes is a little difficult for me, but my clients can pick up on it. Like, for instance, if I'm working with buyers and we have gone through the highs and the lows of getting no's on our offers that are submitted, and we finally get that house, to me, it's like, before I even make that call, I'm celebrating in the background. I'm like rooting them on. But then when I call, I have to, hey, congratulations, your offer has been accepted. So I think they can sense that. They can definitely sense that this is something that I'm truly passionate about. When I talk about real estate, the excitement is there. It's really hard to fake the funk. My clients can say that a lot of the times I am very communicative, and how I make the process smoother is my mind is always running. The wheel up there is always turning for some reason. I can't turn it off sometimes, even if I wanted to. But I am always anticipating the next step. If I were this client, what would I be thinking about? If I'm a first-time home buyer, I know that they're probably nervous. They're probably, anxious about the process. And this is where I need to jump in and reassure them, hey, you initially started for this reason. Let's keep that reason in mind. Let's move forward with it. This is what you should expect moving forward. These are the different alternatives that could be. So we're going to execute this process, but you're going to be guided every single step of the way. My piece of advice for first-time home buyers is definitely to envision the goal and put your head down and work towards it. You're going to get a lot of naysayers who would oppose home ownership or highlight the negatives and why homeownership is not ideal, whether it's the cost of maintaining a home or whatever it may be. But I always say that anything worth having is going to be difficult to attain. So if home ownership is your goal, remember to keep that goal in mind and block out the negativity, because there are greater rewards when you own a home and you are a homeowner. I don't know a single person who has made $70,000 on the sale of their home and have regretted cashing that paycheck. If there is, send them my way, because I have friends in mental health who they might need their services, but I don't know a single person who have regretted that. If I could describe my ideal home in 3 words, I would say panoramic, lake view, modern. When you have a panoramic view, your windows go all around, and the angle that it's on allows you to see even around the corners, so you have a broader view of what's outside. The elements of water that makes me want to live there would be the serenity that it brings. I think it's very peaceful. It just brings calmness. In this crazy world that we live in, I can sit by the water and just let all of my troubles go. Modern is definitely keeping up with the trends. We went through this era of, I would say, the gray walls. I'm sure you guys have seen the LVP tiles. What else? Barn doors. One piece of home decor advice that I would like to give clients is stop DIYing projects that require professionals. If it's not going to look like a professional did it when you're done with it, please outsource it to the professionals and let them do it, because I promise you, when it's time to sell your house, you're going to thank me for that. I enjoy arts. Prior to real estate, I did have a blog site and I write poetry. I do a lot of writings. I did that I had my blog site for 6 years. Coming from West Africa, Liberia is very third world, not a lot of resources. So when we came to the States in 1999, My father looked me in my eyes at the very young age and even throughout my years and told me, the sky's the limit. Don't depend on anyone but God. And I took that and I ran with it because I knew that where I came from, we lacked resources, even basic necessities. We didn't have that. So coming into a new world where opportunities are endless. If you wanted to be a bum, America has all the resources for you to be the best bum you could ever be. If you want to be successful, those resources are there as well. I came from nothing. I come from very humble beginnings. And I'm trying my best to acquire the American dream, and I'm checking off these boxes one accolade at a time. You can do that too. Do not allow where you come from to dictate where you will end up. You guys can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as Homes with Patience. If I could have dinner with a famous real estate mogul, I would definitely choose some women that are absolutely dominating this industry at the moment. Kiana Watson, she's doing her thing. She is breaking barriers, setting trends, just killing it in the real estate industry. Definitely Robert Kiyosaki. I've read a few of his books. He comes from humble beginnings as well. As you know, he grew up, his story alone is just like very thrilling. And I would also like to have dinner with Janine Smith, Noelle Randall.
$40,000 for dinner with Robert Kiyosaki.
I'm taking the money because I can invest that into something else. Robert, I love your story, but I can invest that, okay? I'm business minded, so we're gonna flip that 40 and make it probably 120.